What's going on, guys? It's Juan Solo here with ASQD Gaming. In today's video, we are going to be steering away from Call of Duty a little bit, and we're going to be talking about Tom Clancy's The Division. This game comes out on March 8th, and I'm really stoked for this game. I actually played the closed alpha, the closed beta, and the open beta, and they really weren't a whole lot different. The open beta did have a few more missions, and it did have a few more items that you could get and whatnot, but it was pretty much the same thing. How I feel about the game, honestly, I'm really excited about it. The graphics are great. Console, PC, obviously they're very good on PC. But you know, the actual game itself, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of a breath of fresh air for me personally, because you know, I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty, and there's not really a whole lot else out there right now that really kind of, you know, grabs my interest. So when I got to play the beta of this game, I played it a lot. I absolutely played it a lot and loved it. There is single player, and then there is multiplayer in an aspect or whatever. You can play the story mode outside of what they call the dark zone. And the dark zone is basically an area on the map where is all your player versus player action. Everything outside of the dark zone is player versus the elements. The single player missions, I believe there was only 2 in the open beta. They were pretty fun. The only thing I'm a little worried about when the full game comes out is they need to give a little bit of variety with the missions, because the first mission and the second mission were very similar. So hopefully we get some more variety when the actual game comes out, at least with the missions. Now the dark zone is pretty much where I spent most of my time. It's so much fun because basically you never know when you run across another player if they're gonna actually, you know, help you, or they're gonna turn on you at a moment's notice, you know, and try to kill you and take all your stuff. You can't actually lose the gear that's on your character. The only thing you can lose is the things that you find in the dark zone. The items that you find in the dark zone are contaminated, and you actually have to get them to an extraction point and call for an extraction, which takes 90 seconds for the extraction to get there. So for that 90 seconds, you're very vulnerable, and if someone just basically comes up, kills you, all the loot, which I believe in the alpha and the beta, you can only hold 6 items. I'm sure in the game you'll be able to upgrade your backpack and stuff to make it so you can actually have more. But basically, they kill you, you lose it. You lose dark zone currency, which is what you use to buy gear inside of the dark zone from the dark zone vendors, and you lose experience points for dying, and you also lose dark zone keys if you have any, which a dark zone key is a key that opens up like really rare chests that you find around the map in the dark zone. The graphics of this game are very good in my opinion. They're obviously not as good as what Ubisoft showed at E3 2013 when they revealed the game. That's probably because it was on a high-end PC, and console will never be able to match that. But overall, with the shadows and the weather effects and the day-night cycle and everything, the graphics are probably the best graphics on any game that we've seen on console yet. Yeah, I mean, the graphics, they're great, honestly. There's a lot of other things that are in this game that we didn't get to see yet. Like, for instance, in the inventory screen, you get to see all your inventory and stuff, and there's perks, and there's talents, and there's all sorts of stuff like that that we don't have access to, that we didn't have access to in the beta. That's going to really widen up how you play. There's going to be very little similarities between one player to another because of how much you can actually change the way you play with the perks and the talents and all that stuff that you will unlock as you progress through the game. Also, one of the big things that was left out of the beta that I'm actually looking forward to the most is crafting. There's a crafting, I wouldn't call them a vendor, like a crafting table at your base of operations, and basically if you have gear that you don't like or you don't want and you don't want to sell it, you can break that down, and it gives you crafting materials to make other items. Like, you can make your own gear, you can make your own weapons, and when you craft them, they will have a chance to have different talents and different abilities compared to just your base weapon that drops on the ground. So, and the base of operations, I actually like it. I really like it. You know, there's 3 different sections of it that, you know, you have your health wing, you have your tech wing, and then you have your basically I think it was like a defense wing, I guess you could call it, basically where you can get weapons and stuff, which was actually locked during the beta. But upgrading the base operations, I think, is going to be a lot of fun, going around getting supplies, trying to get that all the way up so you can get the maximum benefits from that to help you progress through the game and through the Dark Zone out in the open world. The map size, a lot of people were talking about the map size, saying it was too small. The map size of the city is actually the same size as the Grand Theft Auto 5 map of the Los Santos, the actual city itself. So I mean, there's a lot of map there, and if you go from the open, basically the full map of the game, from one side to the other on foot, non-stop, constantly sprinting, it takes almost 10 minutes to get all the way across this map, and normally you're going to find some reason to not go straight there, whether it be enemies or a building you want to explore or something. So the map's perfect size, guys, trust me. The DLC I'm looking forward to quite a bit too. They announced that there's going to be a survival thing on the second DLC, and it's we're going to get a lot of free DLC throughout the year, kind of like Grand Theft Auto 5, with gear and weapons and other stuff like that. But the survival aspect of it, which is going to be really cool, I think, with it's going to be kind of more like a DayZ or an H1Z1, where you actually have to get food, water, and stuff like that to actually survive. I think that will be a cool twist, especially being in an urban environment. DayZ, you're not really in an urban environment. It's pretty rural, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun when that comes out. Will this game succeed? I truly believe it'll succeed. There was almost 7 million people that played the beta, which is actually the largest beta that anybody's played as a new IP, which is a new IP. And I think as long as they give it the proper support after launch, with you know, things to keep the game ever changing or ever evolving, maybe expanding the map, you know, I think it really has a great chance to succeed. And I cannot wait to play it. And this game comes out March 8th, 2016, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review of Tom Clancy's The Division, and I hope to see you guys out in the Dark Zone, whether you be friendly or foe. That is completely up to you, but I look forward to seeing you guys out in the Dark Zone. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, favorite, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in New York City. Peace out, guys.